Welcome back to Vigor. It's your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. If you're looking at this lobby and thinking, you shouldn't have too much problem with this lobby, I agree with you. For this encounter, I bought out the AUR A1. I wanted to try something besides the MP5 and the ADR 97, as well as the M249. I wanted to try something different. I wanted to see if I can come out on top just by using this weapon and my wits alone. Given this thing is pretty accurate, but this is a matter of pushing myself rather than a weapon. And so, if that being said, let's see where we spawn at. And we spawn near the only open exit on this map. And that's one thing I don't like. I mean, it has variety, don't get me wrong, but it seemed like 5 times out of 10, the thing only has one real exit. And so what does that lead players to do? Camp right around here. So what's my first objective? My first objective is to hunt down an Outlander. Now given, looting is still in my back pocket, but that's more like a secondary objective. My main objective is to see how far and or how much effort do I gotta put in before I can take out somebody. And so I'm going to role play a bat, echolocation to determine my prey. The first thing I'm going to do is check this area right here, because as we all know, somebody does spawn in these houses, or around these houses. And as I'm walking around this corner with my weapon pulled out on semi-automatic, I check these houses, right? And look, those 2 doors are closed, and so is that one to my left. So if he was here, or if they were here, they didn't bother to loot this area, which means they must have had something better to do. Maybe they found a picture immediately. And this just adds more coal to the steam engine. The steam engine that is the train of death. That is me. That was a weird analogy, but you get my point. And you see, here's the thing. Rain and thunder, while they are helpful because they provide some kind of ambient background noise, they also cover up your noise as well. Because, they can mask pretty much somebody crawling. You just gotta listen really carefully before you hear anything. But regardless of all of that, my objective still remains. And that's an H-bar T going off in the background as well. I'm gonna loot the truck of positive energy and find a mortar strike. I might need that. Now, I'm rushing toward this container, but I can't help myself. I'm looting. And honestly, I should be looting. You know why? Because all the exits are locked. All of the exits are locked. You're going to need some kind of resource before you leave. Some kind of resource. So you got to build up at least 20 wire, at least 5 electronics, and at least 10 fuel. At least. And you can only find fuel in 3 or 4 different spots on this map. So whoever I'm going to run across better have some kind of loot resources on them. Better. As I'm walking to this container, things go dark. Things go dark real quick. No H-bar T going off or anything. So I'm going to see if I can get lucky right here. You never know, but I don't. That hurts. And look. Getting closer, I notice the doors are open on the container. So the battle here is already ended. I'm gonna run this way because I feel like somebody's in that direction, as they use a detector. And the detector is in this direction. So why not head this way? Now, why was that guy there? I have no idea. Actually, I do have an idea. I do. Maybe he was overwatching the car park. Maybe. But my objective has been updated. See if I can get another kill. Because I'm trying to get stuff to leave without looting. That's the plan now. And I'm going to chill in this bush just for a moment and then move out. Weapon on my back, keep going. But little do I know, I'm about to cross someone else's path. I'm not going to talk for a while. I'm going to explain everything afterwards. You know, I remember saying one time on stream, I don't think mortar strikes kill anybody. Well, look what just happened. Let me explain what I just did. So, hold on, MP5. Let's just note that, right? Now, let me explain what I just did. When I placed the mortar strikes, it was perfect. Because number one, they were hidden behind this one column. No cover on top of their head. That's number one. Number two, when I placed that mortar strike, I realized they had either two ways to run. Left or right. So what did I do? I shot to my left first. Because they heard the whistle of the mortar coming down on top of their head. I want them to know I got your left side, well, your right side, my left side, covered. You're not going to run that way. I put off a couple rounds in that direction. Then I switched fire to the right side, closing them off that way too, as I'm going to hit the detector right here to see whoever is left. Actually, pause. Let's talk about this for a minute. I'm going to come back to that. But look, somebody's right there. In honor of Ghosties number 1, who brings you the very ridiculous high kill gameplay on this channel, I'm gonna mark where he's at. And I didn't mean to delete that fuel. I'm gonna mark where he's at. I'm gonna run straight for him. But then it hits me. Barred house. So I'm gonna go for the barred house. Increase the loot. And then escape. But as I was saying, small little recap. Drop the mortar strike on top of that woman. Shoot to my left, preventing her from escaping to her right where there is cover, and then shoot to my right, her left, to pin her in place. Right now, well, back then, while that was happening, she was scared. It was a terror tactic. Knowing I got both of her sides covered by gunfire, she had no choice. Yeah, that's a person. She had no choice but to sit there and hope a mortar strike didn't kill her. That's what it was. She had to sit there because she knew I fired and said, I got both your sides covered. What you gonna do? She was pinned. She was pinned in place. And so, when that one mortar strike hit her, I knew. There was no other reason to being in this lobby. Everybody else then died. And I needed to hit the detector to figure that out. Or to confirm that. Not figure it out, but confirm it. And the only person is left is this one dude who was camping the only open exit on this map. And why did he pick up the phone? I have no idea. Actually, wait a minute. A viewer did tell me. Actually, no. Ghosties number one told me that if you pick up the phone and your phone duel leaves, that's XP for you. That's what he told me, I believe. And so, contrary to my regular gameplay, I'm going to run past the airdrop. You heard me. I'm going to run past the airdrop. Because I'm going to face that guy anyway. And so I'm going to start blazing trails right in his direction. Terror tactic number 2. He heard a mortar strike go off. He did. And so, what is he going to do? He leaves. Now, I'm not going to say there's a psychological warfare effect in this game, even though there clearly is a psychological warfare effect in this game. But sometimes, you gotta play with your opponent's mind, and not just their body with bullets. Once you get into their head, once you spook them enough to where they panic, like how I low-key panicked when that guy was prone watching a car park with a light machine gun, I thought for sure I was gonna die right there. So I went prone immediately. Granted, I'm wearing a white outfit, but when I went prone, he lost track of me for a split second. So then he panicked. And that's all the time I needed to aim for his chest and kill him. But if I didn't do that mortar strike play, then we would have been here about 20% longer waiting for one of us to make a move. And who knows, maybe she would have went for the barred house, and then I would have to track her down that way. But because of that one play, I now have an MP5 on my back. And I guarantee you, that's the woman who shot off the locks on the container. Because why else would she have a MP5 with exactly 80 rounds, 2 clips worth of ammunition? Technically speaking, I looted the container. And right here I get a bit cheeky, and I reload my weapon, thinking I have more inventory space. Check, and I don't. So now I decide to leave. And in my opinion, this was a good encounter. Every encounter that you play in this game, either you have to learn something new or you come up with something new. I never would have thought putting 2 and 2 together, mortar strike plan or mortar strike and pinning down, actually would have gotten me a kill. Because the mortar strike is highly inaccurate. Highly inaccurate. But it worked. Because she stayed in one small spot behind that one pillar. That pillar is not that wide. Now, I would encourage you to take what I just said, play that in the back of your head, and watch that moment over again. I would segment it and put it right here, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I thank you for watching the video in the first place. And like I said last night, this right here, this encounter was played after the one you seen last night. Actually, no, before. My bad, before. This encounter was played before the one you seen last night. So now I knew I have to get a mortar strike plan. I have to. And so catch me on stream and or catch me here as I grind my way up to the level that gets me the mortar strike plan. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, peace.